been incredibly generous to donate their space and their time for us here for this event. All right, and it looks like we are ready to start, so I'm going to throw it over to TheLonelyBoson for Cuphead and 8% Legacy.
You guys?
I'm Trojan D12.
I'm Jeff in 3D.
I'm Cutie Row.
And I'm X-Water.
A lot of eye candy back there.
Real quick, I'm not sure they actually heard the your little opening. If you would just give that one more time.
I don't know if I want to.
Body.
Are we good? I'm fine with it. Honestly. All up to you. Yep, let's go. Let's just run it.
Are we ready, Steady?
Are we good?
Ready, Steve?
Not good?
Let's go!
We're good? Okay.
Sorry. I know a lot of music.
Let me make sure of this. Okay. Let's do a
box.
countdown then from 5.
4,
3, 2, 1, go!
So, obviously, you're not going to see most of the cutscenes. He just did start. That's it. This is a loading screen.
Frame 1 game start?
Yes.
Oh my God.
All you have to do is just press start. Oh, and then start and exit. That's it.
I mean, there's
Just
a tutorial
menuing.
there.
That's it. It's just menu. That's it.
We're not going to go watch this.
This is
Godlike menuing.
Yes. And so essentially what's important to know is that you do need these coins. You need 8 coins altogether, because what he's essentially going to do is he's going to do a glitch. It's called the weapon swap. I call it the swatch, but it's the weapon swap glitch. And so he has to get 5 coins right here and then have the 3 coins from the apple. And so there's another mechanic in the game. So all those things that you see that are in pink, you can parry off of them. Right now he's not doing it because obviously, well, he will do it right here, but he took an intentional damage boost so that he would save the time so he could parry. Now on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, if you notice, there is these like little cards that you see. So those are actually gaining up. You can get up to 5 cards, and what happens is that you can use these specials. Now, if you have 5 cards, you have an Uber special kind of deal, and then if you do 1, it's just a normal special. And this is the only time you'll do the Peace Shooter, because after this, you're just going to use the 2 same weapons for the rest of the game.
Yep. So I will also throw out there, I'm going to be donating actually $5 for every time I get hits in this run. So my couch here will gladly count that off for me.
You're at 2. I'm just letting you know that.
You can keep the tally.
I can do the maths.
Yes.
It's the grown-up job.
We'll write it down, and we'll put it on the front of the refrigerator just for you.
Sounds good.
So a little bit more menuing, and this is the first boss coming up. It's pretty much like a garden. You get to see an onion, a potato. So hopefully he's just, going to beat the vegetables right now. Who said that vegetables were good for you, right?
Doctors.
And so right now he is demonstrating the weapon switch, switching around. So he's using the roundabout and the lobber. And essentially what's happening is that because the roundabout, it's delaying the time for when you are switching, and the lobber is so slow that you're able to do this ability so that you can produce more, pretty much ammo on top of, you're able to kill the bosses faster because of the amount of power that you have.
Does that green one damage on every frame?
So the roundabout, what it does is that when it's shooting at, if it's face forward, if Cuphead is shooting it face forward, it's normal damage. But if it goes roundabout and it hits the enemy from behind, it's twice the amount of damage. And lobber is just, it's not a directional kind of way. It's kind of like a weird aiming. But it's very strong and it's a very slow attack. So this is the second boss.
Yes, it's Ruby and Crooks, and this has a lot of actually Street Fighter references in it with this flame attack right here. Also, there's supposed to be Ken and Ryu, and you'll see some Hadoukens out here right now. And unfortunately, took a little too much damage right here because going into the last phase, he wants it depending on the RNG from the slot machine.
So right now the slot machine phase is spreadsheets.
So with the slot machine phase, there are. So right there, he actually
Like just
he did pull
playing.
off a glitch.
What?
So in the slot machine, it is RNG. Whatever comes out is RNG. And like right now, you get the chances of Tiger, which he's doing right now, and that's not the best one. And then there's Frog and then Bull. And Frog, what Frog does is that it just has like these, you know, you might see it. I'm hoping you do, because
Then we can talk about it.
yeah, exactly. Now Bull is honestly like the best one for everyone to get. It's really not that hard. And so he did really well in that. Good job.
You got the skulls.
Yeah. And that's like what's another neat thing about this game is that all the animations in the background is what you need to pay attention to. Because there's a lot of like, yeah, there's a
Really?
lot of little things going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of subtlety in this game, even from a casual standpoint. That when you know, because once you try it over and over and over again, some of the phases casual are really hard. So you'll start to pick up on them as you keep retrying it.
Okay, now we have Goopy Legrand. I'm not necessarily sure the true reference for this one, but I know it's a cartoon reference. Now with Goopy, essentially what he's going to do is that by the third phase, he wants to produce enough power to pretty much avoid the third phase altogether. And there's a second phase. That's it. Done. And so here's a third, and he doesn't want to stay in it for too long. Like that. There's Goopy.
Got him.
That was a pretty solid fight
It's a
overall,
rip.
especially like that second phase. Goopy couldn't really do anything in there.
Yep,
That second phase was like over before you. It was literally over before you said it.
exactly. There's some phases where you just won't see them at all. And that's what's nice about, and right now he's playing on the Legacy patch, so that means that he's playing before all the patches that were, that fixed the game. And then this is menuing. Yay, menu.
Or
Yeah, just-
menuing.
Just a little tutorial on how to use the airplane mode that's going to use coming up here against Hilda. Right now it's just having the one weapon, just the regular, essentially pea shooter version on the airplane. We won't get any updates to it until later.
And Helga, there is a glitch with her. I think he's gonna try to do it, but essentially what will happen is that if performed successfully, he won't have to deal with one of her phases. So she'll go straight into the Gemini's phase. And the Gemini's as in like, you know, the astrological sign. And he did it. Oh, no he didn't.
This little circular disc can be kind of a pain to deal with. Depending on what direction it goes in.
Oh, and those ha's, by the way, can't damage you. It's not ha-ha funny.
It's not any laughing matter.
Thank you for bringing the puns.
You're welcome. I'm always here to help.
Okay, so in this phase, what's important to notate are the UFOs, essentially. So there's two colors of the UFOs. There's the red, and then there's like these brown gold. I would say gold. And the reds will activate when Cuphead is on them, but the gold will activate randomly. Nice.
Look at this absolute legend of a man.
Can't tell you how stressful it is to be a 1 HP in this game.
Yes, it is.
There's so many things. It's like it's so visually intensive that you have to pay attention to, especially when in low health.
Yeah, and because like you're what? You're trying to dodge like 5 things at once, essentially. So with
Hellscape with bullets. You should call it something like that.
so there's Carney.
Oh, best song in the game.
Yes, I'm gonna let you guys listen.
You're up.
So it's important to notate that if you parry that, it's really, really like desirable because then you have less to deal with on the screen. Because it produces this pumpkin that will shoot out these pink, you know, bullets at you.
And those are a really big pain to deal with.
Yes, they are.
Having a really good setup. And
Nice.
yeah, that was a really sweet fight.
I only feel bad for people not getting to hear that song for 5 hours.
Exactly.
I could write a book on how much I love like Latin song pieces. Good God. The world doesn't deserve Latin jazz.
So essentially that's the end to World 1. So in this game, there's technically 3 worlds, but there is a 4th one. But you'll see it upcoming pretty soon. And then you're going to see this wonderful character that everyone loves, and that's King Dice.
He's a little slick boy. Now, I don't know if we've been talking about it lately, but we do have a prize associated with this run.
Yes, we do. And the prize exactly would be, what are they?
Mr. J. Hobbs, you want to share that with the lovely, lovely people out there? And
Oh, okay, so the prize essentially is that Boson himself has these Cuphead Funko Pops, and there's Devil, Cuphead, and the Chalice, Carney, and King Dice. And if you donate a certain amount, you will get these Funko Pops.
Also, I'm very sorry, everybody, for this. Have fun with the graphics.
Yes, and okay, so right here for
Everything
Peppy,
is fine.
He did pull off a glitch. So essentially to pull off this glitch in the very beginning is that you needed to have at least 3 cards, and then there you go.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a lot more like crazy phases, especially like the last 2 can be a really big pain in the butt. And when you actually get this glitch, you just skip over all, and it's like, I'm just going to throw things upward, and they're going to do damage. And then we're just going to, kill them. Because normally, this saves about 30 to 40 seconds if done optimally. So him doing it in like 40 seconds was pretty insane for that fight.
Yeah.
With all the explosion clouds popping into that fight, I figured it was worth popping in with a donation we've got from Toddy's son. $5 says, you can't see chat, but we are blowing it up for you. Keep up the good work.
Nice. Thank you, Toddy.
Thank you. And so right now he's going to go to Jimmy. This is the second airplane. Now there is a glitch, but I don't think Boson will be performing it. But you will get to see a semi-glitch that he's going to try to achieve. And during this first phase, there are... Oh, he got the worst RNG for that. That right there is the worst. You get 3. So you get swords, you get cats, which open up, and then the treasure. And the treasure is like all RNG. Now for this semi-glitch, if he does it, he'll be able to surpass the coffin phase if he does it correctly.
what exactly are you looking for?
So in order to see, I'm trying to remember the visual cue, in order to see it happen, you'll see like the tongue stick out but then go away. And you won't have to deal with this at all. But he didn't do it. He wasn't successful at it.
What's the frame window on it?
It's not really frame as much as power. It's how much power you're producing.
Oh, I see.
Really bad.
It's the damage.
Yeah, if you noticed right there, he's trying to use the super special at the very end of that phase to limit the amount of time you're in this phase, but unfortunately triggered it after it already phased over, so didn't get to get any of that damage for this puppet phase.
So you're trying to get to the puppet phase quicker. Now, on this last phase, there's a certain point that you can reach where he won't get damaged at all. And these pyramids, well...
Yeah, the pattern's broken.
Yeah, the pattern, yeah, that wasn't correct. But normally, if you're in the right spot in the right place, you won't get hit. I mean, the ruby could potentially hit you, but you could just, like, super that and
Yeah.
you avoid it.
It's just me one money for charity anyways, right? Hope you're still keeping track of that, Trojan.
I'm keeping track of it, don't worry. I've got my mental
what is
notepad up
that?
here. It's at 7.
Okay, nice.
Quick little $10
7 what?
donation from Darth Duro, who says,
7
good luck on the run.
Aww,
Like it, Darth?
thank you, Darth.
What a golden
I know Darth. Okay, so this is Sally. Now, this is RNG too. Like, what it comes out, the candy that comes out is RNG. That's technically, I guess, I don't know. In the community, they say it might be the best, it might be the worst because of the animation at the end. But Boson thinks it's the best. And then the ice cream guy, he's not too bad. He just splatters. And then I'm hoping he gets the jawbreak, or like so this one's actually a really nice one. He's not too bad at all. He sits there, spits out his gum. Now, right here, he's trying to produce so much damage that he doesn't have to deal with her castle moving, because what happens is her head will detach, as well as he has to deal with this like big peppermint coming out from the gate. It's not fun.
Death animation.
Yep.
Yeah, and that head rolling around follows you very closely. There's not a lot of time between when it will move around, so it can really, based on the pattern, it can really screw you over.
Yes. Okay, now we're getting to Wally. Oh, Wally.
This is personally one of my favorites.
Oh, this is one of not my favorites. I run the game, so I don't like this one. So for Wally, the idea is that he's going to use the bombs as close as he can against the head, because the more damage that you do on the head, because the hitbox is on the head, he doesn't have to deal with his other phases as well.
Yeah, and that egg explosion right there can be really awful if based on you're trying to get the parry off of those birds that fly by, and you're trying to stay over there for the pattern, but that egg can just kind of like get right there in your face.
Okay, so we're now in the baby phase. So same concept, same idea. You want to be as close as you can. Obviously, you don't want to get hit by the egg, but you want to be as close as you can as much as possible, so you don't stay in this for too long. And then now he's going to be at the final stage. And what will happen is, so Wally will go right or left. And ideally you want him to go right, because then you're not having to deal with Wally attacking you. But since he went left, oh, nice.
That was a very good job. Using the vulnerability, holding the super special for when he was going to get cornered.
Exactly. Now we're coming to the dragon. Everybody's favorite.
Oh my god, dragon.
No runs have ever been lost to this boss, right?
Never. There's never been a lost run to
Every
this
time I see this dragon, look at it. It just reminds me of my too.
The dragon,
Pose.
he is so grimy. Yes.
That's not the intended way to run. What's going on here?
Shortcut?
Are we violating the developer's intentions?
Yes.
Sir. You and I are going to have a stern talking to later. This is a glitch-free marathon, sir. You know the rules.
Okay, so right now he wants to, so in order to produce this glitch, you need to at least to have like close to 4 cards, and then once he does a meter, he has to do so much damage, because ideally you'll see in the second phase the outcome to how he performed the glitch. So in the second phase, what will happen is this. Oh, you went straight to the third. Okay, so that was the final phase right there.
Oh, no.
So in order to do the glitch, you want to stay in the second phase, not get to the third.
It's very similar to what happened with Beppy, where he's just kind of chilling there, not doing anything, and he'll have his, in the second phase, the tongue will go out and those little minions will go out, but he'll just be stuck with the tongue out, and he'll have all that buzzing on the screen, and then you pretty much can just have free time to just wail on him.
Oh, so he's I'm not like formal, interesting.
So let's see if he got it. The visual cue is, there it is.
There it is.
He got it. Okay, so the hitbox on this guy, it's not what you think it would be. And
It's going right into it.
yes, that's the, and you don't have to deal with the third phase, because when you hit the third phase, the hitbox changes.
That makes the back end of the fight a lot less stressful.
Yeah. Oh, and the third phase is terrible. You're dealing with like fire and then stream of fire.
Dragons can grow flamethrowers, if you weren't aware.
I mean, that's dragons.
Oh, what about the dragons that can produce ice?
Those are ice dragons. This is like first grade.
That's true.
This isn't Trinex in Link to the Past.
That's
Later in the marathon.
This is the 20s. Get with the times.
Oh, that's true.
Dragons in the 20s were very different.
That's true. I totally forgot about that.
Back in my day, dragons just breathe fire and that's it. None of this ice, none of this poison, none of this. Now we have insulting dragons, and it's just no one wants that.
Wait, I have a question. Is it like any weird thing, a coincidence that you have to scale something to fight the dragon?
No, not at all.
That was a reach. I'm gonna just go. Anyway, we're
I
on.
got the
We're on.
scale.
How do you go?
I like your scales for your dragon.
Some busy bees
He's
in here.
not erect. Okay, so for this one, the honey one, so what essentially he wants to do to get the fastest time, the most optimized time, is that he doesn't want to get to the third phase. He wants to avoid the third phase at all costs. And so right now, once you see the book, this is where he's going to try to get all the damage out. He's just going to go crazy with all his specials that he's been climbing and keeping. And so this is the third phase. Let's see if it's going to work.
When he's just shooting straight up, is there a hitbox off screen? Why is he doing that?
Yes. There is a hitbox, so if she comes in the middle, when she goes down with the book, there will be a hitbox right there. It's not...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But at that plane phase specifically, there's no off-screen hitbox. I'm just using the fact that I'm aiming up, and with the roundabout and lobber going down naturally, like she comes from down.
Yeah. Well, because with the roundabout and the lobber, if you put them like straight up, they'll go down all the way. Now you're getting to robot.
This is the true run killer right here.
Oh yes. This is the run killer of all time. Robot has 3 phases, but it's one of the longest fights. Now for Robot, he will be performing a glitch. And what he's going to do is essentially he's going to try to get rid of all the 3 components for Robot. So he got rid of the top, get rid of the middle, get rid of the bottom. Now the heart is exposed. He has to produce enough damage, but he can't go over or under. And then once he's in the right spot, if he does 2 specials, congrats. You did a great job.
Sick.
Woo!
First
That's a hand clapper right there. That's a hand clapper.
Can I get a first try in the chat, please?
First try. Nice job, Boson.
I want to pop
Now-
in real quick
yeah.
with just 2 donations from
I've got
Valhalla's
some
Most
time.
Wanted. It says, $20 says, "Go Boson, your community is here. We could not be more proud. You got this. Love from us all." And then another $10 donation from Valhalla's Most Wanted. He says, Boson, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Rah rah, sis boomba.
So Sally,
I think Candy Lady was Sally.
this is the theatrical Sally.
Kind of rosy poem here.
I think so. Yeah, she's kind of creative.
I don't think eating yourself is creative. That defies physics.
Well, it was the 20s.
It was the 20s.
I wonder if everyone in the theater
We were
is.
hungry, we ate
It's
ourselves.
sponsored by asbestos, and they're gonna poison everyone in the theater.
Look, it was a different time. We had one world war. That was the only one. It was the Great War.
What about the Cold War?
It was the 20s.
That was the 20s. What was the Cold? I think
Cold War was in like the 60s and 70s.
I thought. Well, my grandma was born in 1910. My great grandmother. She went through the.
She went through all of them.
She went through the Great Depression.
Literally
That's what it
all
was.
of them.
I was thinking it was
All
it
of them
was
but the civil.
Yeah, she did. Oh, poor grandma.
Meanwhile, a boss died.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't even. Sally's kind of. Well, that's the easiest one. She really is an easy one.
For
to
this
beat.
island, yeah.
Oh, out of all of them? Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, you're in, like, the nitty-gritty right now, almost. You're in the middle section. Now we're going to go to Warner. Now, Warner is he's my favorite reference. Because if anyone can guess what he's from, you get
Is he
kudos.
one of the Warner Brothers?
I don't know.
Is it Time Warner Cable?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess no.
No.
Some kind of
Well, actually, it could be.
some kind of a Michael Mouse situation.
I don't think Mickey would
Some
appreciate that.
kind of a Mortimer Mouse situation. real character.
There's
by the way.
there's no, I never heard that one.
Mara Mouse is absolutely hideous.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Pull it up.
So there's a cat and a mouse. What's a cat and a mouse? What's the normal cat and the mouse?
Thomas and Jeffrey.
Super
Oh, that's so form of you, X-Water.
That's actually probably the right way to say that.
But yeah, again, trying to minimize last phase. Last phase is the most annoying on this one.
Well, actually, for this one, it's the second phase.
Yeah, I
the
guess
second
that's
phase
true,
is the
yeah.
most optimizable one. The last phase, because you're producing so much like power in the second phase that you try not to get into the third phase.
Exactly.
But you skip second phase too by going so quick.
Yeah.
Because what happens is the fire will come out, and he didn't do that. So here's the pirate. I wonder, is this Steamboat Willie reference?
Popeyes, I think.
Oh, Popeye.
Popeye, yeah.
There you go.
Also,
Yeah.
that makes me hungry.
I mean, do you want us to go grab you some some good old chicken or something, like fried chicken?
There's some fish and chips. Want some fish and chips?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So one thing to know about the octopus is that, so it's actually semi-RNG. It's kind of a weird setup. It follows Cuphead and wherever Cuphead goes. However, the way that it shoots is RNG. And now for that phase, it's kind of like that. It's a weird RNG thing.
The telegraphs are movement, but the missile patterns aren't.
Yes. Yes. And so, yay! Good job!
Proud of you.
Didn't die.
Didn't die. Yeah.
And dying on that boss loses you a lot of time.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's because you are going through all the phases. It's just you're going them at a shorter pace. Now we're getting to everyone's favorite, their most favorite girl in the world. And you all see why in a minute.
Is it?
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Is it Platinum Trophy Wife? Because they have a donation.
Oh.
All right.
A $10 one. It says, Boson, so proud of you. Valhalla's Most Wanted is with you. And I didn't use any Pega emotes this time. Haha.
Second best.
I'm proud of you, Plat.
So
Fire piano.
everybody really likes Cal Maria, and not because of what she does.
It's because of the octopus on her head.
Yes. How'd you know?
Hello.
I like the octopus's eyes. That's what I think. Okay, so those guys, everything she does is technically RNG. What comes out of her is just RNG, for the first phase at least. But now we're heading into the second phase. And what's important to notate is the placement of where he's going to be. So if you see where he's at right now, in between where the goggles are at, he avoided from getting paralyzed. You do not want to get paralyzed at all.
Yeah, petrification can be really bad because you can't get out of it and you can get hit by stuff really, really easily. And again, kind of doing the same thing, but didn't get that. Didn't get a pattern with it at all. So really, really great.
Yeah, shoutouts to Violin.
It's a little Titanic reference.
You
rad.
caught that one.
Yeah,
That's a good one to caught.
it's a good scene.
I just want the jewel.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor.
By the way, wait, we have an edit. We're at 18 hits right now.
Oh, wow.
wow.
And he has one death, right?
Correct. One death.
What a god gamer.
Yes. Okay, so this, I call it the pain train. I think a lot of people have called it the pain train. It's a long,
That's spooky.
Segment.
I'm spooked.
you're supposed.
I'm spooked solid.
I'd say the last phase of this one is probably one of the most visually intensive ones in the whole run, like for bosses.
Yes. And Boson told me an interesting fact before when he was doing his practice run. What was that fact, Boson?
Yes, so the bosses of this level are actually modeled after some Japanese lore. I'm not sure which one it is.
Model for what?
Japanese lore.
Huh.
All 4 segments of this boss fight is based off of like 4 demons in Japanese mythology.
Interesting. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, he
I'm
told me
into
that
it.
during practice, and I thought that was fascinating too. So notice there's just like a lot going on here. So pretty much, you know, we're trying to get through our train, the pain train. Can you see why it's a pain train? It's pretty painful.
I think it's adorable.
He doesn't look like he's taking
That
anything.
train is now in pain. That animation shows that train is now in pain.
Oh, that train's out to get you, Boson.
All right, we're out to
Galloping
derail the
along.
train.
Derail. Oh my gosh.
Trains can't gallop. What is this? Oh, the 20s were weird.
Oh, nice train. That was a really
That was
good
very,
train.
very good.
Yes. In order to get through. Okay, so now we're heading up. We're getting past the third world, and we're heading into one of everybody's favorites, other than Maria. King Dice!
And there's some great music associated with the stage too.
Yes. I think by far, like, King Dice's area is not my favorite, but musically it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And so in King Dice's area, he gets surrounded by dice. Look at that. Come on. All bets are off.
All bets are officially off.
Yeah.
The game said so. That's what makes it official, right?
Yes. Okay, so here you're playing roulette, right? Now, what's fun to know is that the hearts are RNG, where the hearts are placed, and those hearts are actually life. They help you get more life, even more than 3.
I just noticed we didn't do the cigar boss.
Yeah, he's gonna do the dominoes.
Dice
Chips.
or chips.
Chips.
I said dominoes. my
Followed
bad.
by.
Dominoes is
followed
the
by
next one.
dominoes, and then followed by the monkey.
I like how the guy in the background is smoking a cigar, and you can
He's
see
just
the
a-
animation.
Spooky Skeleton Man.
Yeah.
And this movement is completely RNG as well, with how many of the chips go across the screen at one time.
Waiting for the next person to raise. He's like, you gonna do anything? You gonna call? You gonna
It's
take your
it's,
turn?
No, you don't see. They're playing Texas Hold'em, but the thing is, they're holding your soul.
Ooh, that's,
Wow.
That's deep.
That's a deep, weird one, but yeah.
hey, do your arms hurt? Are your shoulders hurting? Because I've been reaching a lot lately.
That was a good comeback.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's for the dominoes. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory. Hit the dominoes. But watch the animation when he defeats the dominoes pair. It's pretty disturbing. And then just watch. Very disturbing.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She's mad at him.
Yes.
Because she looked like she was fine. He was just getting beat to heck.
Yep. Okay, so the next part, he's gonna be safe. Oh yeah.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Now he's gonna do another thing, and I believe you could take this one over, Trojan.
Yeah, so is going to be doing the monkey
Skip.
boss right here, but is going to be going for a monkey skip. If you actually hit the card and then go directly to the right as fast as possible, there's a little tiny window where you're able to actually make it go off screen.
Oh, he didn't get it.
Didn't get it right there.
Okay, so
Gonna
he has
try
to
and
beat
go
it
for
like
again.
normal.
No.
Oh, well,
I can still try.
you're gonna try it again?
Always gotta be trying this.
What is
Wow.
he trying to do again?
Okay, so essentially what happens is, okay, so when he does the 2 parries on the cards, where the placement of that monkey, if he's able to do it, it would be that you have to go to the right all the way, and then the
There we go.
monkey
There
goes
we
off the
go.
screen, just like that.
And it counts as a knockout.
It counts as a knockout. For some reason, the game thinks that you defeated it
Did he
by
just
just moving it
despawn?
over.
No, he just forgot to DI.
Oh, it was just bad DI.
Yeah.
Okay, is this where we do the song?
A brawl is surely
The-
brewing.
Yeah.
Do,
Ready?
do, 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 Woo!
Bodied.
Oh man. By the way, I know this is a little bit short, but time is gonna be coming up soon.
Yes, it will.
But it's not all right.
So essentially in the any percent category, you do not have to fight the devil. The devil you pretty much get to merge with. Yeah, you pretty much are like, hey, I'm gonna join you. Peace out.
Yeah.
All right, and time.
Nice.
That's it.
And then Cuphead and Mug are in the hell. Woohoo!
Dang.
Yeah, it's not creepy at all.
I'm gonna leave that up there for now.
Looks like we might have missed the final split, but it was a 33-23. Caught that one.
Oh,
So.
nice.
Nice. Well,
Nicely done.
I guess first off, thank you for all the commentary on the couch. That was great. Kept it lively. Thank you for Calithon for letting me be here, and obviously thank you for all the donations and support of this great charity, Direct Relief. But yeah, no, just stay tuned for a lot of much more interesting, much more fun runs coming up in the next couple of days, and it's gonna be a blast.
What's our donation total now?
We are currently at $1,895.
Who's gonna do it?
We are
Who's
getting
gonna bring
close
it
to that
Who's
1,900.
gonna snipe it?
2,000 before the end of the night. Better
It's
be happening.
show o'clock. Did you see? Show o'clock. Who's gonna snipe 2K?
Actually,
We are $105 away.
what was my hit
Yeah.
count?
Your hit count was 21.
Actually, he might be your 100.
Yeah,
It's actually exactly
your
105.
my arrangement was $5 per hit.
Yeah, it's
And a
105.
death.
Was it
$5 for death.
I'll do it. I'll double for the death.
Okay, so 10 for the
So
death.
115.
150.
This
Bet it.
There we go.
lad,
Yeah.
get it in.
Do it.
Let's
It's
get
a
it
Get it on
15.
camera.
Snipe it.
I think we need
It's
a round
gonna
of
get snowed.
applause for the extra donation that's going to bring us up to that total, folks.
No pressure.
Before Boson snipes that, though, there were a few other donations from that run. Vesper84 dropped $20 to say, to all my friends on the couch from AGDQ, yo! What's up, Trojan Rue? And most of all, Boson, good luck, my buddy. All of Valhalla is rooting for you. This is going towards that Ori incentive. That's coming up pretty fast, folks.
Oh.
No.
And Super Tiger Fox dropped $2, saying, you can do it, Boson. Valhalla's most wanted and the Fox unit are rooting you on.
Thank you guys.